Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki LaRose, and for today's video, I want to show you guys how to get the Siren Eyes trend. To start this eye makeup look and to make sure that my eyeshadow doesn't crease throughout the day, I'll be starting with a eyeshadow base. This one is one of my favorites. It's the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I'm just using the shade medium, which is gonna look like more of a concealer tone on me. So I'm gonna just take some out on my palette and then blend it on with a Sephora 19 brush. Okay, so eyeshadow base is on. Now to set my eyeshadow base, I'm going to dip into a really neutral tone in this eyeshadow palette. This is the makeupbymario Master Mattes palette. I love this palette. I'll actually be using this whole palette for this look. So the first shade I'm going to dip into is this just neutral, light, like buttery color. And I'm going to use this shade to set that eyeshadow base, just so I don't have any creasing and it really locks it down. Okay, my eyeshadow base is done, it's set. So now we get to get into the fun part. Just a tip, if you are someone who struggles with getting a wing liner, or someone who struggles with blending a wing liner and getting like a straight line, like a crisp line, grab a business card or a piece of paper. This is my old school business card, just as a reference. It's just sturdy enough that you can place it where you need it, right? And then you would blend, the idea is you would place it where you need it and then use it as a guide, and you would blend just directly onto the business card as if it's not even there. And then when you pull it away, I actually have a video talking about this too. So if you need like a good physical example of what I'm talking about, just reference that video. I'll try to like leave it tagged in the comments or in the description. But this will help you just achieve that look without having to be super precise and having a lot of like makeup skill. So if you're a newbie to it, that's a great, great trick. I'm not gonna use that, I'm just gonna go straight into it. So to start this eye makeup look, what I'm gonna do is take that same blending brush I just used to set my eyeshadow base. This is the makeupbymario. It's an EF2 brush. And I'm gonna dip into this one right off the bat. Tap off the excess. So for Siren Eyes, there's a really soft wash of like a neutral brown across the crease. So not on the eyelid, but just across the crease. So this is our starting point. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really be blending and bringing out these eyeshadows and really elongating my eye shape and getting that Siren Eyes effect even before I even go in with the eyeliner. Just back and forth. I'm avoiding my entire eyelid, as you can see. Keeping that nice and clean and that same light shadow. Same thing on this eye. Keeping it in my crease. And then we're gonna start to blend it out. And you know what? This is not gonna look like a new technique that you've never seen on my channel before. This is not new techniques, honestly, that you haven't seen on my channel. I just wanna show you guys how to get the Siren Eye trend because it's still trending. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. It's on YouTube as well. So I thought it'd be fun to show you guys how I would do it. So then blending it out towards my temple, just to really get that kind of shape. So now I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush. This is a Morphe collaboration brush with Makeup by Ariel. It's in that whole set that you guys have probably seen by now. I love this brush. So it's much smaller than that Makeupbymario one that I was using. I'm gonna start to build up the intensity in the outer corner of my eye. So let's dip now into, let's do a little bit of this color right here. This would be a really pretty build up. So I'm focusing this one on the lower half of my outer eyelid and just going back and forth. And I'm starting to create a little bit more of a smoky shape on the outer corner. And you know, the good thing about like this makeup trend is you don't have to use any specific tones or colors. You could use these techniques and this kind of trend with purples or pinks or blues or any color of the rainbow that you want. Like it could be, it's so versatile. You could use these techniques with any shade. It doesn't have to be like browns or grays or black tones. So same thing on this eye. And then just gently blending it outward towards my temple, continuing that siren eye shape. Now this is gonna look a little messy at first because I am gonna go in later and clean it up, but until then, just trust the process, right? So I'm gonna switch to my eyeliner now. I'll be using a rich black eyeliner. This one's from Pley, and it's the Let It Linger 12-hour longwear eyeliner. It's just a black, it's called Boss. It's just a black eyeliner. So I like this pencil because I just got it recently, but I've been testing it out and it's really easy to blend. So it's also really pigmented, so you have to be very careful. Like once this hits my eye, it's like instant black eyeliner. So I'm gonna start on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna use my bottom lash line as a guide. You wanna start your liner, and you want your liner to basically be a continuation of your bottom lash line. So always reference your bottom lash line when you're doing this technique. And also if you have hooded eyes, make sure you are looking straight ahead with your eyes open into a mirror to get the placement right and exactly where you need it, because hooded eyes are a little bit more challenging with liner looks like this. So I'm going to actually tight line my bottom lash line first, and then use that as a guide. To then swoop my eyeliner straight out. So almost like I'm going from my waterline, and then I'm just pulling it directly outward and just in one straight line. That's the kind of like the idea. That's kind of the idea you want to keep in mind when you're doing this eye trend. So I'm going to switch to a really flat, more precise brush. This is a 241 Precision Smudger from Zoeva. I love brushes like this for this kind of eye makeup look where I need a lot of control. And so now I'm going to go in and just lightly blend it. Going back to my pencil. This is the only part really that I'm going to look down just a touch. And now looking straight ahead. What I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm not going to go too far across my lash line, my top lash line for this eyeliner look. This eyeliner look is very specific. It's leaving the whole middle section of your lash line, top and bottom, without any liner. So it's almost like they're not even connected. So you're doing liner on the inner corner and then on the outer corner, but you're leaving that center. This is very important for the trend. Like this is the entire trend. You're leaving the center of your lash line and the bottom, top and bottom, bare. And go back to my brush. I'm just smudging it out. And so what I'm gonna do now, before this dries down too much, I'm gonna switch to a pencil brush. This one is super beat up. It's just a pencil brush from Morphe. Any pencil brush will do. I'm gonna dip into the black eyeshadow. Actually, I'm gonna dip into a mix. I'm gonna dip into this black eyeshadow and the dark brown from that same Makeup by Mario palette. Tap off the excess and just start to smoke this out just a little bit more. Switch back to my smudger brush, dipping back into that black eyeshadow. And then kind of connecting the top with the bottom lash line. And now let's switch over to the side, finish the top, and then we'll go navigate through the middle tear duct part of this liner look. So same thing, I'm going to start by lining my waterline. And then switching to that pencil brush, I'm going to dip back into the black and the brown and trying to maintain looking straight ahead because, like I said, this whole look is, the liner is basically just, you want it to be a straight, crisp line minus the center of your eyelid. Going back to my liner, I'm just going to tightline the top lash line on both sides. Now I'm going to connect the top with the bottom. So now time for the fun part. We're going to go back with that black liner. I'm going to tightline just the inner part of my tear duct, top and bottom. To finish up and also set this inner portion of my eye, which if you put eyeliner in this part of your eye, it's going to run. It's going to run like crazy. So to try to prevent that from happening as much as possible, I'm going to set it with those same two dark shadows in this palette, the black and then that really dark brown. And I'll be using a Morphe, this is an M213 brush. It's a really tiny smudger brush. So dipping into both those shades, just like you would set any other eyeliner, just like we set this outer portion, you're gonna do the same thing on the inner portion of your eye. And you can see too, I really, really gently dragged the liner just past the waterline of my eye. And I'm going to continue my eyeliner directly across my lash line on the waterline. This isn't something that everyone does for this trend, I've noticed. Some people line their waterline completely with the black liner. Some people don't. I think it's really sultry and just different to do it, so I'm going to add it. Even though it's already there, I'm going to go over it one more time just to really make it pop. So let's do some mascara. For that, I'll be using the ysllashclash mascara. I'm almost out of this mascara, but I'm trying to just get through it. Okay, so really light layer of mascara on the bottom lash line, and you'll notice when I was doing my top mascara, I was pulling it and directing it outward, and that's gonna help to really enhance that shape, really go for like the siren eye shape. So I purposely did not pull it up. I wanted to leave like the center of my lashes a little more soft, and I focused them by pulling them more outward. So I am going to do a little half lash for this look. I don't normally wear lashes on my channel. I don't really normally wear lashes in my day-to-day life, but just for fun, to switch it up, I'm gonna add a little half lash. But before I do, I wanna add something just a little bit special and more fun to the center of my eyelid. And again, this is something like some people do it for the trend, some people don't. I think it's kind of fun, so let's just go for it. I'm gonna add a little bit of a liquid eyeshadow. This one's from Girlactik. It's in the shade Chic, and it's kind of like a champagne, kind of silvery shimmer. So I'm gonna take some on my palette, and I just wanna add a touch of it, just for fun. Using a 239 from MAC, I'm gonna look straight ahead. I love these liquid eyeshadows so much. I have all of them in my kit. They're actually stunning. Focusing it just in the center, kind of like a, you know, a light beam. And it just takes the look over the edge. I think it just adds so much fun and like interest to the look. So pretty. And then for fun, we're gonna take a little teeny bit more and pop it in the same spot on the bottom lash line. But just a tiny, tiny bit. Let's do some lashes. Okay, so for lashes, I got these on Amazon. I'll try to find a link for these. They are really, really inexpensive. I actually just use these for a hair show that I just did recently. They did the trick. They're not the most incredible quality. I'm just gonna put that out there, but I'm gonna cut them in half and we're gonna use them as a half lash. I like them just because they're not a thick band. They're not super dramatic lashes. They're not gonna take over this whole look, which I don't want that to happen. So for that reason, we'll be using these. My husband says he loves my eye makeup look, and that makes me so happy. I'm gonna cut a little bit off of each end. So what I ended up with is this size lash. It's a perfect half lash. Before I take this lash, I am going to line the band with that black eye pencil and then line it with the glue. It's gonna take a minute to dry. I'm gonna blow on it because it's my lash. And I can. This is my favorite part. Okay, using my tweezers. Be careful not to place it exactly where your lashes are. You almost want to place it, you want to cheat and you want to place it above your lash line. And I also pulled it up. I basically, the best way to describe it is I followed my eyeliner with my lash. Once the band and the glue is pretty dried down, I'll just take my fingers and pinch my lashes into the false ones. Our lashes are on. I'm gonna make sure that our liner is totally even before I say goodbye. So that completes this look. This is the siren eye trend that I'm sure you guys have seen by now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like this look in general. I love a good eyeliner look. You know, I love a cat eye, and to me, it's just a different variation of a cat eye, which I'm all about. So I don't care if siren eyes go out of trend, I'll still do some kind of variation of it. I hope you guys do too. Let me know in the comments below if you guys tried my techniques to achieve this look and if they worked for you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss my future videos. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm at makeupbynicolarose on both accounts. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.